A WWE Hall of Famer is making an AEW appearance next week. Plus, Thunder Rosa addresses those fake injury rumors, and a major WWE star almost jumped to Ring of Honor at the height of their power. Interesting one, this. We'll get into it in the wrestling news right now. You forget that he is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Iron Mike Tyson. He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Integral part of DX, mate.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I am Heartbreak.
No, but seriously, his importance in that time period of the Attitude Era cannot be overstated. For what was essentially a celebrity guest appearance, it was major. Like major.
And was it matched with the time he turned up at Double or Nothing in 2020 and fell asleep at ringside?
Yeah,
I think it's on par.
Yeah.
On par. He is coming back to AEW, is Iron Mike. Confirmed that next week on Rampage, he'll be part of the commentary team. It's the first time he's been on since he saved Jericho from the Pinnacle back in April of last year. He was a guest enforcer for Jericho's match with Dax Harwood. They like to sort of drop Mike Tyson in quite a few times. I do wonder whether they'll do more stuff with him after this, whether there's a plan for potentially some sort of storyline nonsense with a Mike Tyson, or whether it's just like an occasional showbiz scatter.
You've got to imagine that they're going to want to do something, surely, because he's somebody who's been involved with wrestling before. He's somebody who, for a non-wrestling fan who maybe is tuning in, it's a curiosity, right? It's like, oh, it's Mike Tyson. What's he doing? It's a wrestling show. Is he going to be involved? Likely he'll just stay at ringside or whatever, but it could be any number of things. So I think it's one of those situations where people will curiously, click the button to watch it. And maybe that's going to lead to something a bit more concrete down the road.
Maybe.
10-year contract, full-time.
Full-time worker.
Every show.
Start on dark,
house
work your way
shows,
up.
Everything.
Like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
He's the only character available in the game.
You can only play as Mike Tyson in AEW The Game.
He just replaces CM Punk.
Complete with CM Punk's entrance.
They just make him the same character, yeah.
Do it, you cowards. Thunder Rosa was chatting on Busted Open Radio about when she's due to return. She said, I'm still hurt. I haven't given me a time when I'm coming back. I'm saying it's January, and I'm hoping it's January. If Tony Storm disagrees with what was decided in the back, that's not my problem. When I get better, I'll still be the champion, if my boss lets me be champion. If he doesn't, I'll be okay with that decision too, because I don't make the rules, and that needs to be said. I feel bad there, because I think I'm back in January, and I think I'm still the champion.
Yeah, it's just been a really messy situation, this, and it just seems to be like fueled by rumor and hearsay, and I don't know, you hear different things, but you never know because you're not there personally seeing it, right? So
the one thing that's being heard a lot is Thunder Rosa is faking an injury.
Yeah.
And she addressed this on Busted Open Radio. She said, I have some friends who are still asking me if I'm faking an injury. Now, these rumors are started by one or two people, and they just spread out, and it's not fair. I am hurt, and if you have something to ask, you can go on my YouTube and watch my YouTube videos. I've posted every time I'm in a doctor's office, showing you to you and explaining to you what's going on with me. As a matter of fact, in a week or two, I'm getting another epidural so I can go back to training, because I want to get back in the ring. I want to get back in the ring, and that's that. And I want to show you that when they put the needle in my back, so they can shut the F up and stop saying that I am not hurt. That hurts, because I'm trying to get out and trying to get mentally prepared to get in the ring. Get back in the ring and get back to doing what I love the most, which is professional wrestling. But again, there are certain people who cannot keep my name out of their mouth. That sucks when you are hurt and everyone's going, you're faking it, aren't you?
Yeah, and especially if you're posting regular updates about it, and if you are going to show yourself getting an epidural. I mean, that sounds like it sucks. I imagine it just sucks, but you just huge ass needle, and everybody be like, it's just a vitamin shot, guys. It's winter. It's flu shot. Come on. And it's like this long.
Yeah, it's a whopper of a needle for an epidural. I wonder whether YouTube would flag that. Not that I'm suggesting that we get an epidural on the channel. That'd be,
Make a new series. Desert Island Epidurals. You and a wrestler sit down. You both get an epidural. Nice and relaxing, see, because they don't hurt, obviously, because obviously Thunder Rosa's faking it, right?
Obviously.
So they can't hurt, right, guys?
I'm excited for that.
It must suck to have to defend yourself if you are genuinely going through things and there's all this stuff swirling around you. So fingers crossed, for Thunder Rosa, that she is back in January when she wants to be, and that everything's going to be all right.
May she re-inject herself into the women's division like an epidural. Now...
That was a weird seg.
It's an odd seg,
that. Very weird seg.
Hey, look, they can't all be home runs.
They can't all be zingers.
Even the best javelin thrower sometimes doesn't throw a javelin very well. WWE Day 1 is done. That's not happening, but Dave's given us a little update on what is happening if you're planning to go to the State Farms Arena on January the 1st.
Well, you better not be going to the State Farms Arena on January 1st, because nothing will be happening at the State Farms Arena on January 1st.
Might be a food hut outside.
Yeah, there might be, something going on, like Disney on Ice or something. Disney on Ice seems like it would have the WWE deal. If you're working Christmas Day, everybody. But this from the Observer
Christmas Day, Mickey.
says that the final Day 1 story is WWE did cancel the show at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta and will now run that building instead for a house show on December 27th. Tickets had never gone on sale to the public for Day 1, however, but there were apparently travel packages that people had purchased for the show ahead of the public sale. So the ticket link for Day 1 now takes you to the ticket link to the house show. So if you were planning to go along, it's just been shufted a few days back. And with it being an end of the year house show, you got to imagine it's going to be a fun one.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be something. Maybe they'll bust out a cage, do something really interesting, I think.
They'll have a nice time with that.
But the original idea was apparently to move the pay-per-view itself to December 27th and maintain some form of pay-per-view there for the end of the year in Atlanta. And then they cancelled the December 27th house show in Detroit. And then the decision was made to axe the pay-per-view and go from November 26th to January 28th. So Survivor Series to Royal Rumble without a pay-per-view, which, to be honest, I'm quite thankful for.
Yeah, I think we could all do with a break. And also that December pay-per-view always feels like a bit of an also-ran. Like, they'll try and make it, like, important, but it always feels like it's always like just a couple of weeks of build. They scrabble to make a main event.
I feel like with Rumble and with Mania, I don't so much mind if there's just nothing the month before.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the build. It's, the build to the Rumble, the road to WrestleMania. I quite like that bit space, makes everything else feel more special. And there's going to be more special stuff happening on TV, which makes it more must see, which means more people will watch it, which means hopefully bubble.
Toilet in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm
it is
for
spooky
that.
season, Tom.
It is indeed the spooky weekend. Happy spooky weekend, everybody. Here's something scary that WWE nearly had to face when Bryan Danielson was on their books. So he was chatting with our friend Kenny from Inside the Ropes. And Bryan Danielson revealed that when he was in WWE, at the height of his powers in WWE, he considered at the end of his deal going to Ring of Honor.
Which I think the world would have melted.
It would have done.
I don't know what would have happened. Like could you imagine that level, that caliber of talent jumping back to the company that he really helped put on the map? Things could be so different.
What a split in the space-time continuum that is. He said to Kenny, my contract with WWE was up in 2018. I was considering going to Ring of Honor. I was even talking to the Young Bucks and I was talking to Cody just to get the lay of the land. He said their contracts were also up with Ring of Honor. I said, well, what are you guys going to do? And Daniel Bryan...
They all just went, nothing.
Bryan Danielson's lawyer eventually talked Bryan Danielson down because he said, look, these lads have got this YouTube channel, which is essentially all the storyline stuff of Ring of Honor. If they're coming away from it, I think either you stay where you are or you follow where they go.
Yeah,
and
because
where they go is...
It's one of those things where Ring of Honor at the time, unfortunately, was really sort of... I don't want to say stagnating, because it wasn't stagnating, but it just felt like it was in a bit of a limbo. When it was sort of everybody's contracts were coming to an end. What's the future going to be like? But the thought of Danielson jumping that much earlier, does Ring of Honor's fortunes change? Does Khan end up buying it? Does it get bought by somebody else? Does Sinclair pump a bit more money into it and actually get serious for once? A lot of what ifs.
Yeah, that's a lovely little what if there that you can spin off in your own mind's eye today.
I reckon that Bill Alfonso would have bought it with his millions of dollars of referee money. But
I'm gonna buy it, buddy.
You're allowed to. You got to wrestle, but you have to wrestle with a whistle glued into your lips. Every single strike, it's just
be like wrestling the clangers.
Yeah.
Whoo, whoo.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
If you don't know the clangers, you're too young. Go away. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day.
Bovril could have bought it. Ring of Bovril.
Ring of Dawn. Yeah. Cultaholic Classic Night Show review on the podcast feed. A lot of discussion on Bovril, which is what you need on a Saturday morning.
Commandeering hovercrafts. We'll be back maybe with a little bit more wrestling news later on, everybody. Stay safe.
Do the love you bye. It's nice.
Love you bye.
Yay.